Where do I begin with this game? Frogger 2 Swampy's Revenge is a direct sequel to the Frogger game that I just reviewed a couple days ago, but it was developed by a different company. As a kid, I didn't really know that, so I didn't really care. It was Frogger, a sequel to the game that I loved. And even as a kid, I could tell how bad this game was. So why don't we start up the game? Ah! So we start off with the CGI opening, somehow more terrifying than the one from the first game. And we meet our main antagonist, Swampy, who is getting revenge because Frogger jumped on him. So he decides to get revenge by kidnapping the children of Frogger and this pink frog with antenna pigtail things. I don't know, it's so poorly rendered, I can't tell what those are. And he gets revenge by kidnapping them and doing this. I don't know what he's trying to do here. It's all confusing, but he's just getting revenge, take my word for it. But enough with the storytelling, let's get into the gameplay. Now this may confuse you because of how bad I'm already talking about the game, but the gameplay is actually really good. It runs smoothly, all the controls do the same thing as the first game, and I don't think the frame rate dropped a single time. But this is where the positives for the main part of the game end. Because the thing I loved the most about the first game was that the worlds were open and that the game was way more challenging. This does not look open and challenging. I mean, look at the lawnmowers from the second game. Oh, so difficult, how am I gonna get past that? And now look at Frogger 1. The lawnmowers! This game was so easy I almost thought I was playing Sonic Generations. Not only is this game way more simple than the first one, but it's also less creative. The first one had some pretty interesting themes for levels. This one just has generic garden, generic temple, generic space station. The soundtrack is nothing special either, it's all just boring. Well, almost all of it. If there is one thing this game did right that the other one didn't, it's multiplayer. Frogger 1's multiplayer was very basic. You could play as 2 frogs and the goal was to get more flags than your opponent. And that was it. In Frogger 2, there are now several different stages and game modes to choose from, and you can play as 8 different characters, even though half of them have nothing to do with the plot or Frogger in general. I mean, who on earth is Ruby? He's not even a frog! Overall, I guess it's not as bad as I said it was before. I guess I'm just mad because it's not as good as the previous game. And even though I do think I'm being a bit too hard on it, I still don't recommend buying it. Frogger 2 Swampy's Revenge gets a 6 out of 10.